Admiral Mead, thank you for your update. I'll touch on a couple of the things that you've raised just to get a bit more clarity. Can I start with workforce? Obviously, we have the two key appointments here, and you've given us the number, I think you said 450?
458, Senator.
458 across. What percentage of those people currently meet the, I think SQEP is the acronym you use for suitably qualified and experienced people? I assume each of those positions you have defined the job description and what their qualifications and experience should be. Are they filling those at the required standard, or is there a training burden for the workforce you have?
So the agency has grown 40% since we stood up in 1st of July and grow by another 30%, and by the end of this financial year. It's broken up into a number of divisions. For instance, we have a specialist capability division headed by Admiral Buckley, command qualified submariners, engineers. We have another section headed by Tim Hodson, scientists and engineers. We have another group there that are program policy people. We have a group of people that are specialists in foreign military sales, and they'll be dealing with the Virginia. And we have other people there, Ms Michelle Miller leading the security area there, and we have finance and legal areas as well. So those people comprise the agency, noting, Senator, that we are responsible for the full range of activities except for operating the submarines. We will be accountable, and I'm the accountable officer for the delivery, the construction, the acquisition, the technical governance, the maintenance and the disposal of the nuclear-powered submarines.
So it's an impressive list. So I should ask what you do in your spare time, but my actual question was, for the positions, the 458 positions, have each of those had a job description which outlines the qualifications and experience that you desire to have for your workforce, and are there any gaps in the positions that are filled that people need training, or have you managed to recruit people who meet the requirements? The first question, is there a job description for each position?
There is, Senator. We have recruited to those positions. We have a structure which has been agreed to by government that we are growing to, and we will grow a couple of hundred people over the next 18 months, and then we'll grow by another couple of hundred people over the 18 months after that. The steady state will be about 950 people.
So you've recruited to those positions, but the core of my question, because previous organisations or other organisations, many of which still exist within defence, have had a long history of recruiting people who are available either in uniform or from the APS, but who don't necessarily have the qualifications and experience that are relevant to their particular task. You're a new organisation. It's a fantastic clean sheet of paper, and I love your concept of SQEP. I just want an assurance that you are not just recruiting to the position, but you have mapped each individual's qualifications and relevant experience to ensure there are no gaps, or if there are, that you have a training plan in place. So can you tell me, of those 458 positions, are there anywhere you've identified there are gaps in the qualifications or experience that you wish to fill?
So I think the answer to that is, in the technical area led by Mr Tim Hodson, that is an area that we're going to grow mostly in. That is where we're going to recruit nuclear qualified engineers. We've already recruited a number of people in that area, but that is the area where we see the greatest growth path over the next couple of years. And that, the answer to your question, all the people that we have recruited, we have done through merit, and they have specifically filled a job role. But I also have a view that we need to upskill all of our people. Even if they are not directly involved in the reactor itself, I believe that all of our people should be at least made nuclear aware. Last year we sent 20 people from the Australian Submarine Agency to MIT to undertake a 3-week nuclear introduction course. Aspects like that I see as being central to the growth path of the Australian Submarine Agency.
Sure, and very happy with that. The old adage, if you don't measure it, you can't manage it. My question is, you've set a threshold or a benchmark with your job descriptions. Have you measured each incumbent against that, and are there any gaps? That's what I'm asking.
Not that I'm aware of, Senator, but I will take that on notice. I'll go through every one of the 458, match it to the job description. If there's any deficiencies, then I will move to rectify that.
Sure. No, that'd be great. As I said, you've got a clean sheet of paper. It's a chance to actually achieve something that we've struggled to achieve over the last 20 or 30 years in some areas of defence. So thank you for that.